Hey, welcome back to the channel, my dudes. Guys, check it out. This video is going to cover a couple of different topics. We're going to go over 600 round per minute auto rifles, which ones are actually relevant to use within the Crucible right now. I'm going to show you some fitness tips at the end of the video. Well, one fitness tip. It's me working out with a Viking who I found at the gym, who's also a PhD in engineering, which was super fun. And then the last and final thing I figure I'd go over with you guys today is how relevant these things are to both the casual and competitive playlist. So if you guys are interested in that type of stuff, stick around and let's get into the video. So, first auto rifle that we're going to go over should be the most obvious one, Perpetual. Now, I know there's a couple of YouTubers out there that absolutely hate this thing, and I believe that's because they're using it on keyboard and mouse. This is me using it on PC platform with a controller, and it is really good. Like, I love it. I don't feel anything whatsoever about how hard this thing is to use. I'm having a great time with it. Now, when you come to the craftable version of this particular auto rifle, you need to look for two different things. One, whether or not you want a damage perk, and two, you need to make sure that you have something that is a stabilization specific perk. If you're using it with just recoil control, the stability in the bounce of the auto rifle itself is not going to do you any favors. So for me, it was elemental capacitor, and that was the major one, and then I used golden tricorn as my damage perk. You guys are going to have to figure out what you want to do with it from there. It is not designed to have crazy range, so if you are hoping to use it with crazy range, probably not going to work. It is designed more like a long-range SMG, so treat it kind of like Sierra's Wrath, but less damage. Anyway, this one you can get from Shaxx, and there are some really cool perks. This is the Suros Verse. It is the most stable 600 that you can get. It's got Zen Moment, it's got Elemental Capacitor, and then it's got some damage dealing perks if you do not want to use just the stable laser beam. I got it with Zen Moment and Elemental Capacitor, and as you can see, the thing just points and shoots without any bounce whatsoever, and it hits everything you're aiming at. The only thing you'd have to worry about would be drop-off damage. So it is very stable, very consistent, as you can see. The only issue would be it is kind of overpowered by a lot of other things. It's worth trying out, though. I'll tell you that much. Now, none of these are useful in the competitive arena. Let me just go ahead and throw that out there. Maybe Gwing Hunger. Now, this one is found in Dares of Eternity, so you'd have to be willing to actually go in there, but you can get Zen Moment and you can get Kill Clip, and if you can get those two together, this Gwing Hunger is a monster. It is really fun, and it's worth your time to grab it if you're interested in using auto rifles, that is. Now, if you're not an auto rifle user, I would not waste your time, because you're probably just going to be frustrated running something like Dares of Eternity over and over for the hope of getting a good roll on this auto rifle. I believe I was able to get this roll from Zur. So be on the lookout from Zur. If you're running Dares of Eternity anyway, then be on the lookout for that roll. You can get Zen Moment as well as Kill Clip, and it is a monster. It's like a 0.5 TTK when Kill Clip is active. It's really cool. Again, treat it like it's a long-range SMG, and you'll find a lot of success using it. Super stable. I don't know what else to say about it besides it's awesome and it's worth your time. So those were the three main ones. I took a look at a lot of the other ones. I'm doing other auto rifles, by the way, but I took a look at a lot of the other ones, and I couldn't find anything very useful with them. Like, I was using Monte Carlo, I was using, some of the other ones, I forget their names right now. Oh, Duty Bound from the Grandmaster Nightfall, but I didn't find those to be that beneficial. Now, Suros Regime, this thing is cooking right now. This is the only one that I could actually take into the competitive playlist and do well with it. The others, they're okay. I tried them in trials, I tried them in competitive, playlist. It's not what you want, because the way that the game is played in those playlists is very different. You're not going to get into a lot of duels unless somebody is kind of stupid. And I hate to put it that way, but people in competitive playlists are very good at disengaging if they feel like they didn't get first shot, or if there's no way for them to win the engagement. So with an auto rifle, holding on to somebody's lane for that long, it's just not likely that you're going to get into that type of engagement to where you're going to be able to win. Probably not going to happen. So it is one of those things that Suros was the only one that could actually compete at that level. The rest of them, while they're fun to use, they're not competitive in the competitive or the trials playlist. I found way more benefit using pulse rifles, for example, because at least then you get some range on it. But for the 600s, as much fun as they are, you're probably not going to get a lot of use out of them unless you're playing the 6 versus 6 playlist. So give it a shot. Use them in the 6s. Let me know how you feel. If you guys are finding success using them in competitive, let me know that too. Okay, so let's go on for the workout tip. I like to make my workouts as fun as possible. it's the best way to keep everything entertaining. So I grabbed the engineering Viking that you're looking at right here. By the way, he also has a Twitch channel where he plays WoW. I'll put that in the description below. And we had a bicep curl contest at the end of an upper body workout. So the goal is to do as many bicep curls as you can. We picked an okay weight, 30 pounds ain't bad. And you go as long as you can, and then he tries to beat that number. So if I do 10, he does 11. If he does 11, I do 12. And you keep going until one of you gives up. This was really fun for us. And this is one of the things that I like to add in as a finisher or a burnout to the end of the workouts. I don't know if you guys are into anything like this, but if you are, here's an option for you. Grab the nearest Viking with a Superman t-shirt on and challenge him to a bicep curling contest and see how well you do. All right, my dudes, that's the end of the video. Thank you so much. Hopefully you found it educational. I will see you guys in the next one. Remember to keep it zen out there, and I love all you guys.